Yes, ready, start. Inspector Uday Singh, PW18 stated about the recovery of one pair of Pajab and one Tagdi of silver weighing about half kilogram in pursuance to the disclosure statement of Ranbir on 13-10-1996 full stop. Similarly, on 16-10-1996, accused Ranbir got recovered two gold rings from the house of Gulab Goldsmith of Kharkhoda full stop next stanza. It was submitted by the learned counsel for the appellants that the accused were not put up at test identification parade full stop. It was because the complaint had not indicated their identification marks in the first information report that they could not be put up at test identification parade full stop. It was submitted that when their identification marks had not been mentioned in the statement of Suman or Ranju Devi, how could the court be sure that these accused are one and the only persons and none else but they who had committed this ransacking within bracket dacoity full stop? Suffice it to say, how could Suman, who had been terrified, make any imprint about their physical bearing as to their identity in her memory full stop? Similarly, how could Ranju Devi, who was aged only 15 years, from any impression about their facial expression in her statement when she was equally terrorized full stop? They were carrying knife and pistol full stop against their might. How could Suman or Ranju Devi be expected to keep their cool and from imprint as to their physical bearing in their memory full stop? They were sought to be put up at least identification parade, but they refused before the magistrate full stop. While refusing to be put up at test identification parade, they did not state that as they had been shown earlier to the PWs, they did not want to be put up at test identification parade full stop. In these circumstances, inference had been put up at least identification parade, they could have been successfully identified by Suman and Ranju Devi full stop if the accused had stated that they did not want to be put up at test identification parade, because they had been shown to the PWs earlier, or they had not been asked by the magistrate to keep their faces muffled and they were sought to be put up at test identification parade, they could have been allowed to benefit themselves because of the failure of the prosecution to put them at test identification parade full stop. It was put to Shri S.P. Singh, Judicial Magistrate First Class Judger PW7, that the accused had told him that they had been shown to the witnesses in the police station and for this reason full stop over.